Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition, live edition of Coach Cafe, right here from Decaf Coffee Republic. Today, I am your host. Okay, this is Coach A. I'm checking in live again with my fellow coaches, Coach Mix,
Hello.
Coach Rizel, and Coach Candy. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. This is your noontime, weekly noontime chat room, chat talk, virtual talk with your certified life coaches here in the Philippines. But we'd like to also extend our greetings to our life coaches, our global community all across the globe. Okay? Magandang hapon, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever parts of the world you are. Welcome to Coach Cafe. We've been doing Coach Cafe. I think this is our third month. Okay? We've been doing this to connect with you. Okay? To bring with you coaching thoughts, coaching hearts, coaching principles, and maybe just how our life coaches in the house, in our tribe, look into a particular topic as a human being, as a normal person. Because many times, you look into a life coach as an expert, okay, as an authority, as somebody who tells you what to do. Okay, we don't do that. Okay, as a life coach, what we do is we facilitate, we help people level up in life, we ask questions, we probe, and we really allow you to come into a moment of self-discovery. And every Saturday, 12 noon, we come in live. Actually, many of our coaches would come in live. Many of us were around, right? 155 incoming, 10. We are having 165 certified life coaches from the Philippines. Okay, congratulations, batch 23. They journeyed with us. They started attending the 2 days life coach certification program yesterday. That was their day 1, and day 2 will be May 18. Okay, so Coach Sean, we miss you here. Oh, good afternoon daw. Okay, naka-virtual si Coach Sean ngayon. Okay, so if you are from Tacloban, you're from Region 8, within the area, we will be there May 25 and June 2 for our batch 24 certification classes out of Manila. And then we will be back in Manila for June 17 and 24. So that's going to be like the next 2 certification classes that we are doing in behalf of the Life Coach Training Institute. You're joining us this afternoon for Care to Core. Okay, last week, our fellow coaches talked about I Am Possible. They talk about dreams, they talk about visions, goals, and the things that you want to achieve in life. Actually, the whole month of May, we're talking about money matters, we're talking about investment, we're talking about your finances, we're talking about the bread and butter. I don't know how you want to term it, but basically we're talking about the cares of every person for what money can buy, or where to get the money, or what money can support. Basically, we're looking into how do we view money relative to the things that matters to us. How do we view money relative to what we want to achieve in life? So last week, we talked about the dreams, we talked about your goals, what you want to achieve in life, and how you're going to do it. Today, we're talking about your core values, okay, and the cares of your heart. Okay? Again, why it matters financially, why it affects your finances, why it affects your money. Actually, when you talk about core values and when you talk about cares of the heart, it affects the total and the whole being. Okay? By the way, I want to take this moment to just say thank you to all the Coach Cafe admin people. Okay? Coach Sean, Coach Ed, Coach Pastor Alan, and the rest of the team who's really pulling through and thinking hard, okay? Planning, Coach Candy. I think your part, si Coach Janet is part of that, si Coach Maureen, who would really brainstorm to bring topics, to bring timely, or I should say, related to the heart-centered topics, okay? So, while we talk about money, we talk about vision, we talk about goals, most of the time, really the center of this is what our heart beats is. Tama ba, Coach Mix? Pumupuso tayo ngayon para lang Mayo, di ba? Mayo, puso para po sa mga mothers. Happy Mother's Day!
Mother's
okay?
Day!
To all the mothers out there, And I want to take this moment to greet my mother. It's her birthday today.
Wow.
Mama is having a date, okay, with someone else, so a family, okay. I think she's having a date with my sibling and a good friend. So Mama, I'll see you tomorrow. So kami bukas double. Double yung kay Coach A. Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about your core values and hard cares. Okay, Coach Shay, we miss you. Okay, itong magkaibigan na to, namimiss na natin to. Okay, balik na po kayo sa bahay. We miss you both. Okay, we talk about, most of the time we talk about core values. Okay, but coaches, I wanna really dive in and let's bring in to a human or common terms or kaya lang abutin. Diba? Ano ba yung core values na yan? Diba? And I want to dive into, really looking into what are your core values connecting to what are your heart cares. Diba? Kasi madalas, sinasabi mo yung core values mo para siyang publicity.
Yeah.
You call it
Sales
press
talk.
release. Tama,
Service.
talaga, hashtag. Oo, sales talk, tama? Tama naman, di ba? Parang, well, actually, alam mo, masaya talagang kasama ko si Coach Mix. Actually, the way I look at it, people would say, this is a beautiful core values. Values ko din yan. Di ba? Kasi maganda sa tunog. Okay? But, okay, I want to come in and tell you that your core values, okay, is actually magnified and not for other people, but for you, sa'yo, dahil ang usapan naman ito ay para sa'yo, kapatid. Oo, ikaw talaga to. Ito po ay nakikita sa pinahahalagahan ng puso mo. Okay? So let's talk about your core values and let's connect it to what are the cares of your heart, coaches. Usapang puso. Sabi siguro ng mga coaching cafe admin, Coach A, ano ba, hindi usapang puso ngayon? Gusto ko ng usapang puso. Ako kasi si Coach A. Pero Coach Ed, Pastor Alan, I knew what you wanted to dive in and I know what you wanted to share with our viewers today. Coach Darwin, hello! From Batch 1. Yan. Okay. What I wanted to connect really is what happens to your core values and how it is magnified or lose in the process of the cares of your heart. I believe ako yun yung gusto kong itingnan because whatever the cares of your hearts today greatly affects the results that you get. And obviously, the results that you get will give you the goal, the dreams, the visions that you have. So, dependent. O doon sa mga nagtatanong, ito lagi tinatanong, ano ba yung difference ng vision, ng dream, ng goals? Okay? Yung vision, yung pangarap, pag ganito po yan. Pag vision, gising. Pag dream, tulog. Hindi, ganito po yan. Hindi ba? Ay! Support ako po. Magandang hapon po sa inyo, lalo. Dreams, limitless. Okay, you can dream anything. Okay, you can dream of flying, you can dream of dying and, reincarnation, whatever. I am just so very in tune today. Okay, but vision is something that you wanna see yourself. Like, eto na, si Core Darwin sinagot ako. Core values reflect who you are and how you will live your life. Tama naman, di ba? So, the vision talks about how do you see yourself 5 years, 2 years, 5 years, but basically having a picture of it. Now, goals are what you set to reach the vision. Okay? So, ano yung connection ng ating inner core, inner values dyan? Most of the time, Coach Rafi from Batch 23, hello. Most of the time, our core values plays as a hindrance or as a fuel, okay, as a support to what we want to achieve in life. Little do we understand that, right? The core values are really setting, yung core yan, kaya nga core, di ba? Pero yung problema kasi, yung core values mo, if does not connect with the cares of your heart. Posible ba yun? Posible. Lalo na kapag ang core values mo ay press release. Okay, so simulan na natin, Coach. Ikaw naman ay in-tune din. Okay, core values versus cares of your heart.
Okay. Versus talaga, no?
Versus.
Mauna na ako.
Ikaw lang yan.
Sige, ako na. For me, kasi I subscribe to at least, para mabilis lang, 2 values lang.
Dalawa lang. Yan si Coach
Okay.
Mix.
First is yung creational value, yung makalikha. Because it's something that parang you know that your life is worth living pag whenever I do design, painting, or creating, writing, anything na create creational value. Yung pangalawa is experiential, yung experience.
Kaya talon.
Adventure, di ba? I dive, I climb, I rappel. So,
Buwis buhay.
yung mga ganun, parang mararamdaman talaga na, wow,
Buhay
this
ako.
life, this life. So yung dalawa na yun, nagka-reflect naman siya dun sa ano ko, ito, kahit lang din sabi na live your life by design and not by default. Kasi yung dalawang core value na yun, sumusupport pa rin dun sa motto ko na yun, na talagang i-design mo yung buhay mo.
Okay.
And even in helping people, in my coaching practice,
Yes. Yun pa rin.
yun pa rin. Naka-anchor pa rin dun sa tutulungan ko sa i-design din yung buhay nila. Okay. Na-experience nila yung gusto na ma-experience kasi kaya naman talaga mangyari. Possible mangyari yun. Masaya mangyari yun kaya naka-align.
Kasi ginawa mo nga yan, Coach Mix.
Yes, so.
Galing sa pagpapastol ng kambing.
Nag-transition ako, di ba? Nag-transition na...
Watch the past episodes of Coach Cafe. Talaga po, hindi po namin gina-joke si Coach Mix.
Yes.
Totoong kwento po yan ni Coach Mix. He really went to a point where he wanted to take care of kambing.
Mag-ano lang, sa probinsya lang, pastol lang na kambing.
Honestly, many of us really want a very simple life. And do you know that ako, one person, I believe that simplicity is even harder than complexity.
Yes.
Mas mahirap pong bumalik sa simple life. And while we would joke Coach Mix, I believe that's also the foundations why this man, Coach Mix, could really connect with people who are thriving and striving. Okay? Thriving and striving, okay, to transition from the life that they were given by default, life that they're supposed to be, minana lang natin, okay, or playing victim, we are a product of it, to a life that we can design, to a life that we can subscribe to. Yun yung kanya, yung parang a life na yun yung gusto kong buhay, posible siya. Alright? But of course, okay, we don't say that it is easy. It's not, okay? It takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of patience, and courage, courageousness. I was just talking about the cowardice last time. So, yun talaga. And I think yung magandang point, one of our guest talk last time is, many times we don't know that we are coward. Alright? We don't know that the things that we do, like the walling up, the running away, sometimes we just say, oh, that's not my core values. Kaya ko yun na-connect. Kasi madalas, naririnig ko yung sagot na yan. Hindi ko kasi yan core values. Pero truth of the matter, wall up lang yun.
Takot lang siya.
Takot lang. Oo. So, I was looking at, we have in Passion to Profit, by the way, I'm doing Passion to Profit class at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Sa Passion to Profit, no, ginagawa natin yung ginagawa natin yung mga values, tinitingnan natin yan, what matters to people. And ang daming core values talaga doon, na parang gusto mo lahat akin eh. Alam niyo yung ganong feeling, parang ang ganda ng core values na yun.
Pakinggan.
Kaso hindi ikaw yun. So wag mo ipilit. Tama. Coach Candy, ikaw, anong core values mo?
Sabay English, good.
Naalala ko lang, Coach Rafi, you're watching. Coach Rafi during the class would always share 2 things. Back to back. Oo. Kasi yung iba, di ba, 3 things. Si Coach Rafi, sa klase namin, laging 2. Ikaw 2 rin. Magkakasundo kayo ni Coach Rafi. Makikituring.
Excited to meet you in your role.
Oo. Makikituring kayo.
Hindi, Coach.
5?
Kasi 5 personality ni Coach Ken.
Actually, 5 favorite number ko.
So, think isa lang yun.
Ikaw kota mo ngayon na.
So,
nag-iisa sila
sa
ganon.
totoo lang, kapag kinota natin yan, 10. So, nagbigay pa yan siya sa'yo.
May allowance pa yan.
Okay, so 5. Pagbigyan natin ang 5 mo, Coach.
So for me, it's authenticity, honesty, compassion, trust, and humility.
Wow. Ang bigat, pero parang gusto mong kopyahin pag narinig mo, parang wow. Sige, Coach, ipaniwanag natin yan.
Ang ko doon, ang default ko is, whenever may tumatama sa core values ko and I am not honestly able to reflect on it, to scan, pumaplakda talaga. Kasi literally yung pagkatao, yung down, talagang bababa siya. And then, since I have a mental condition, yung chapters ng mind ko, sobrang nag-aaway. Nag-aaway talaga.
Sobrang
kasi
ingay.
di ba kayo, ang ingay-ingay talaga nila. Tapos for some reason, hindi ko na maintindihan bakit ang gulo-gulo nila, nag-aaway sila. Tapos hindi ko sila makausap, hindi ko sila ma-appease. Usually kasi alam mo yung may conference call.
May conference
Tapos
call
nagsasalita.
within her.
May within her.
That's
may within her tuloy.
For those of you meeting us for the first time, meeting Coach Candy for the first time, this is not a joke. We don't make it a joke. Yes, literally, Coach Candy is a mentally challenged person. She's clinically diagnosed. She got multiple personalities. She got 5. So just in case you want to meet somebody who is highly functional, okay, who got 5. Highly functional siya. Okay, you got 5 personalities. Coach Candy is the name. Normally, she is in the house to do mental wellness, life coaching for mental wellness. She does it for free. She would do it every Saturday at 5 p.m. So if you're free to this afternoon, join us at 5 p.m.
5 talaga.
Tama, paborito mo 5 eh.
Siyempre, hi.
Design yan, design.
Design. Gusto ko yun.
Sige.
Tapos, Coach.
For the people that I care, it's really people who needs healing in their life. And it's more of yung healing towards moving forwards in life. So, hindi ako naniniwala kasi na you can heal without moving forward.
Ay, gusto ko yun. So you're telling us you cannot heal if you're not moving forward.
Yes. Kasi you're in the same space that created the wounds that inflicted the pain if you don't move forward.
Masakit yung sinabi.
Sorry po.
Ulitin mo. Oo, parang alam mo from nowhere, gumanon ka lang.
Sorry.
Ulitin natin.
Nakakonect ako.
Dahan-dahanin natin, Coach. Sige. Roy Conda, hello coaches, see you soon. Oh, Roy, sabi niya see you soon.
Ayun, sakto si Roy. Ganon.
Sige coach, ulitin natin. Maganda yung sinabi mo.
You cannot heal without moving forward because you will be in the same space that gave you the pain, that gave you the wounds. So, talagang...
What are the manifestations or what are the signs or what are, tangible things na makikita mo sa tao and you can say, Coach Candy, ay nag-move on na yan. Kasi baka iniisip nila yung space, lumipat ng bahay. Di ba? Paano kung hindi ako makalipat ng bahay? O natatawa kayo, di ba may ganon? I had a moment chatting with someone. So sabi ko sa kanya, we were talking, siguro mga 30 minutes na, and all of a sudden, I asked the question, from what space are you responding that way? Space? Nakatira pa rin po ako sa bahay namin. So si Coach A kasi yung mali doon. So naalala ko lang. Okay, so with us, when we talk about space, we don't talk about the physical space. We talk about the emotional state. We talk about your moment. Like for example, if you're coming from a space of unforgiveness and now you have forgiven.
Yes.
If you're from a space of denial to a space of acceptance. Okay? So ang sinasabi mo dyan, Coach Candy, dapat umalis ka doon.
Yes. You have to move from there.
Or at least gumagalaw ka na para umalis.
Yes. But it's really, the first and always step kasi talaga is acceptance. And it's one of the, alam mo yung first step pa lang siya, pero mahirap siya.
Pero yung acceptance, acceptance that you are a partaker and a player in whatever happened.
May say ka.
May say ka. And meron ka dun eh. And many times when things, hindi naging maganda yung ending, when things, hindi mo gusto yung output, the tendency would always be, siya kasi yun, okay? Yung victim role, okay? I'm diving into the victim role mentality. Because many times, if we really play the victim, we cripple ourselves.
Yes.
Lagi natin sinasabi, I didn't have a choice. I don't have a choice.
You deny the responsibility.
Oh, you deny the responsibility. But you have the ownership. But truth of the matter, you have.
Yeah.
Yun lang, minsan naloko ka. Kasi nagtiwala ka, you believe on something.
Kasi di ba sabi kanina, Coach, walang naloloko.
Nagpapaloko.
Naniniwala. Alam mo dati, Coach, parang sabi, hindi ka ako naniniwala dyan. But moving from a different space now, nakita ko siya na totoo nga. It's hard to swallow, pero totoo talaga siya.
Kasi kasalanan mo siya eh. I mean, you are a partaker of that. It takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Okay?
You permit the people to hurt.
Ay, gusto ko yan. Nakasakit ka ngayon.
Sorry.
Nakasakit yan, Coach. Oo, madalas kasi pag sinasabi natin, hindi ikaw kasi, parang bakit ako? Ako na ang naapi, ako na ang inalapusta, ako na ang naiwanan, ako nalugi, ako niloko, bakit ako?
Ako pala.
Master Coach na Kendra, okay, if she's watching, she would always say that because you allowed it, because you permitted it. Don't get me wrong, I'm also once in that space. I was once. Coach Rizel, baka maubos yung core values. Hindi mahaba naman, marami yan.
Tsaka muna 2, 5. So,
Ikaw, Coach, ilan ka?
makikidalawa din ako.
Wow!
Yun, sa akin naman.
Isa lang naman ang personality ni Coach Rizel. So, okay lang ang
dalawa.
dalawa.
Hindi yung 5.
Isa nga lang pumaprakta si Coach Rizel.
Tama. Maka-agree.
Maka-agree. Ikaw po yung pinag-usapan natin,
Oo
Coach
nga,
Rizel.
ako pala magsasalita. So, sa akin naman, it's, yung first thing sa akin would be commitment. So, regardless kung ano yung pinagdadaanan or saan ka doon, importante sa akin yung commitment. Like for example, if you said yes on something, malamang may mga challenges na darating.
Malamang may mangyayari. May
At
ganap.
malamang, ito yung sinasabi ni Coach ay na in the process, who you will become, what will happen doon sa core value na meron ka. Kasi yung concerns of the heart when you will say na committed ka onto something, and then challenges will come, your heart will also be challenged doon sa mga
Response mo.
So, but commitment will also, yun nga lang, when you said yes, yung commitment na yan, madidevelop din siya when you stay on track and you focus on kung ano yung goal, kung ano yung reason behind why you said yes to that particular goal. So, yung sa akin naman, importante yung commitment kasi yung reality talaga ng buhay, when you said yes onto something, hindi lang siya puro ganda. Mostly, marami din pangit. And mostly, maraming stories behind it that would really challenge the core value of that reason why you said yes in the first
The untold stories.
Kasi pag nag-guess ka isang bagay, nag-no ka na rin sa the rest eh. Tapos minsan attractive yung mga no, parang gustong bawiin tuloy yung yes mo, di ba?
And when you say no to other things, it doesn't mean na pangit sila.
Yeah.
You know, the hardest thing is to say no to beautiful things.
Yeah.
Okay? Pero kasi ako yung belief ko dyan, not all open doors are for you. On the other part, not all battles are yours.
Yes.
So pick your own battles, choose your own door. Huwag maraming pintuan. Minsan kasi gulong-gulo ka yan.
Kaya ako committed bachelor ako.
Yan na.
Ano yung pintuan na yun?
But I'll tell you, I'm challenging that. So I'm still alive. So may challenger pa po
You're
si
not
Coach.
giving up.
I am not. Magaling ako magdasal.
Pero Coach, ang ganda nung sinabi ni Coach Rizel na values are developed.
Totoo yun.
Kasi iniisip ata ng mga tao is, if it's value, kailangan palagi siyang nandyan, stand siya.
Parang discover lang.
Oo, automatic nandyan na siya. Pero yun nga ang ganda kasi it's really, yung values mo, it gets tested. And eventually it strengthens, it gets developed.
Para siyang yung, what are your strengths and weaknesses, di ba? There are strengths na underdeveloped. Strength finders, Gallup, if you're doing Gallup, there are strengths na underdeveloped. It's your strength, but still underdeveloped or subject to development. But if you use that strength underdeveloped, you are shortchanging your life. Diba? So yung commitment, big word yan eh.
Yes.
Oh, hindi lang sa relationship. Whatever you do, commitment is such a big word because it will test you over and over again. Okay? It's just like looking at the mirror every day and looking at yourself and saying, am I still committed to what I said I am? Right? Like every day, getting up out of bed. Are you committed to what? Diba? Performing the roles that you have, are you committed to what? Like, you're a parent, you're a mother, you're a father, you are a sibling, okay, you're a daughter. You get up, you're a son, you get up and get that role. What are you committed to? Kasi yung roles come alive if you are committed to something. Like, that's my belief. Ako, I have a lot of core values, but sa akin yung Of course, you know that I would always adhere to humility and obedience. But really, yung higher niyan is, if I only have one, it's respect. It's respect. Respect to authority, respect to orders, respect to people I love, respect to people I value, respect to my calling, respect to my mission field, respect to everyone else. So, I would, and the cares of my heart, where I am wounded at most, is when I experience the disrespect. Many times we experience that, like crossing of the core values. Kasi dun tayo tinatamaan when our core values are crossed. Okay? Or we are not able to protect it with a healthy boundary. Later on, I wanna really ask you, how do you protect the boundaries of the core values? But many times we react negatively. Okay, if you're watching with us and you want to share with us your core values, we would appreciate that. All right. So Coach Carmela, absolutely. Yeah. Coach Carmela, she was here yesterday. She promised she will sing for me. So one of these days, sisigilin natin yan si Coach Carmela. Okay, Coach Carmela, we miss you here always. So the core values would always be something that causes you to fight. Okay? It causes you to bloom, prosper, advance, but you will also have to see that the core values that you have would also trigger you to fight. Yan din yung pinaglalaban mo at yan din yung nagkakagulo kayo kasi core values mo to. Lalaban mo talaga. Okay? So, with me, most of the time, where I missed in the past and where Master Coach Lakenta and the other Master Coaches I'm working with really helped me is to understand that I needed to fight for that respect. Not my respect to other people, but my respect to myself. Because many times we allow ourselves to be hurt, to be treated badly, to be treated less than what we deserve. Okay? I'm not talking about here of the arrogant entitlement. Okay? I'm not talking here of, you need to treat me like this. I'm not talking about that.
Really entitlement.
Entitlement. I'm just talking about how you are supposed to be treated as a human being.
Basic respect.
Basic respect. Like, how are you supposed to be treated when other people are angry or does not agree with you? You know, basic communication. You know, some people will just cut cross with you, throw in negative words, will just, you know, bully you, backstab you. That's respect. And, you know, for the longest time, I swallowed that because I value relationship. Alright? Even to a point that you'll give it all. You know, my team would know the generosity that I would have. I mean, that's also one thing na tumatatak. No? And countless of times I experienced that I would go into trouble, I would have troubles, because with all the rest of the things that, okay naman ako, masaya. I'm allowing people to step into that respect that I should be giving myself first. So I realized, that's when I realized that you need to protect your core values. You need to fight for it. And really, if Coach Kenny would say authenticity and everything, paplakda siya talaga, ako respect. I would always look into that. Like, you have the right na magalit. You have the right na mainis. Diba? You have the right na ma-disappoint. You have the right, but you have to respect people. Hindi dahil galit ka, walang hiya ka. Hindi dahil galit ka, you become arrogant. Hindi dahil galit ka, you just say words the way you want to say it.
Yeah.
Not because galit ka, naiinis ka, disappointed ka, or it does not match with your thoughts. You just say it without really looking into how are other people feeling. And I believe that's respect. Or hindi dahil we have a different points of view, alright? Give it up. Bahala ka. Di ba? Merong ganun eh. Di ba? Eh, yan ang gusto mo, di bahala ka. To me, that really what got lost. Other than that, I believe all the other values I have, naggumagano yan eh. Kumbaga, kayong timplahin. Natitimpla ko yan. But pag respect, pull back talaga. Kasi parang, well, I would still be there. Okay, so as a life coach, we still do what we, but doon talaga yung puso bumibiyak. To me with that, diba? You have the right to do, to think, to decide on yourself. But to me, basic respect. Kasi you cannot obey, you cannot submit pag hindi wala ka respeto sa authority naman. You cannot love. I mean, can you love someone hindi mo nire-respeto? Naman.
Iba yun.
Diba? Can you really serve someone na hindi mo nire-respeto? You can't. Respect. But also with respect, you cannot get it without giving it. Yun din kasi maganda doon sa core values na yun. So that's also a big reminder to me. Always, lagi. Kung gusto mo na respeto, rumispeto ka naman. Di ba minsan yung hindi ka marunong rumispeto. Minsan naisip ko, ikaw ba marunong rumispeto?
Meron yung, I think nabasa ko, sabi niya, parang respect me first and then I'll respect you. I think it should be the other way.
I think the other way around, no? I respect you, so you respect me.
Respect begets respect.
Correct. Roy said, for me, core values are the way we live life so we can easily do everything without sacrificing and pretending ourselves to others. Partly I agree, Roy, but yung portion lang na you can easily do everything without sacrificing. I believe if you live a life of values, you will have to sacrifice a lot.
Meron pa rin.
Oo. Quite the opposite. Diba? Kasi kung wala kang core values, walang sacrifice eh. Todo bila lang tayo. But if you adhere, why you need to sacrifice with that? Because not a lot of people would agree to your values.
Yes.
You know, like for example, if your core value, one of your values is hard work, and then katrabaho mo, ang kanyang core value is play. Play is a core value, by the way. Okay, hindi rin ako naniwala doon. But you know, pag nagtuturo ka talaga, you have to do research and all.
Yes,
core value talaga ang play. Kaya pala may ganon, fun and play. So, value siya. Eh kung ikaw hard work, eh di galit ka, away kayo ngayon, ito. Eh ikaw, gusto ko maglaro eh. Eh gusto ko magtrabaho.
Chill lang, chill.
Di ba may ganon? Yung mga core values pala siya, akalain mo talaga. Rumispeto tayo. Imagine fun and play. Kaya, pero ito yan from a business perspective, kaya naman tayo may mga amusement centers. Diba? Eh, kung walang may core values, hindi walang nagtayo nun. Siguro yan. O kaya nga may Disneyland, diba?
Universal
So,
Studios.
that's where I'm saying, let's respect each other. Kasi pag yung core values mo, kahit hindi yan ang core values, kung ginamit mo ng tama, maganda ang tingin mo. Diba? Okay. Bold question. Paano kung sinadya, kinross over, yan, ang core values mo? Meron kasi mga taong nananadya. Totoo yun There are people na kung gusto ka lang talagang pikunin. We're talking, in Coach Cafe, we talk about real life situations, by the way. We share with you, I'm drawing from experiences working with different people. And if you're my client, if you are working with me, no specific mentions. Thank you for sharing your life with me. And normally, when I go live, I share life's experiences. Not your experiences, but really my personal experience working with people. Okay? So doon po sa mga, one of my lives, one person felt that it was specifically for her. I want to take this moment and say, if ever you get hurt, you get hit, tumama, okay, guess what? You're not alone.
Madami.
I'm on the same boat. Okay? Every day of my life, I study, I listen to podcasts, I listen to master classes, I watch fellow coaches, or I deal with fellow coaches, and countless of times, I also get hit. But I don't take it personal because you know that the beauty of this is you understanding that your story is not uniquely yours. Right? Every stories have this unique portion that's yours. But what I'm saying, when I say not uniquely yours, meaning sabi, may kasama ka, hindi ka mag-isa sa buhay.
Human nature yun.
Human nature. So parang kung if you experience rejection, you're not alone.
Yeah.
Everybody. Everyone will.
Kung naloko ka, hindi ka mag-isa. Naloko na rin kami. Okay? Kung iniwan ka ng mahal mo sa buhay, ay, nangyari na rin yan sa amin. Tama? So, sometimes we get to connect and you realize, you kind of, ako ba itong pinatatamaan? If it happens to you, no intention, but really we want to come, personally in my case, I want to come in as authentic, yung sinasabi ni Coach, because my thinking is this, when you see me in person, when you work with me in person, you're supposed to be meeting the same person you meet online. So, I'm the same person. You meet me online, you meet me on floor, you meet me chat, you talk with the people I work with. I'm like this. And the stories I tell you, I share with you are countless of stories I work with other people. But most of the time, if it's my personal, like Monday with Coach A, it's really mine. Okay? Kapihan Night, the Tuesday talk that I'm doing, it's really life lessons from great men and women I work with, I admire, and then I put it to our coaching principles. Alright? Coaching for the souls is my honor to the God I serve and to the people who help me be spiritually grounded today. Okay? Not necessarily scriptural, not necessarily from the Christian, not because I believe that each one of us have these spiritual foundations that we hold on, regardless of your religion. So every Thursday, I want to dive into that, life lessons. Because sometimes you say, I don't want to listen for that kasi Buddhist yan. I don't want to listen that because agnostic yan, or si Coach Mix is atheist, or some people would say, I don't want that kasi Iglesia nito. So by the way, we have all of that in our tribe. So hindi siya ganun eh. But what I wanted to see is take off the labels. See the value. Diba? So, it's not about you. It's really, to me, how I encounter life as a life coach. And Monday with Coach A, really pouring out my heart. Because in Coach A coaching page, you realize that that's my pay forward Monday. So, what I do is really share with you what brought me where I am today. Because it wasn't easy. When I started life coaching in the Philippines, my profession, over a year ago, not a lot of people know exactly what life coaching is. Not a lot of people would support you. Not even the people I love most what I'm doing. Like, what the heck are you doing? Alright? So, I know how it feels. No? So, my heart now is to share with you that, hey, I'm alive. Yeah. I survived after a year. So, hey, get some help. Like, hear me out.
Life coaching works.
Life coaching works, right? It does. Okay, so I want to tell you that if it hits you, it connected with you, the only thing that you have to see there is you're not alone. Okay, Coach Sean, values positively affect the way you feel, think and act. Tama naman. It also influences the way you communicate to other people so they become better, not to undermine them, but to inspire them to elicit change. Some people have a lack of respect of others because they don't respect themselves and they make themselves better. Ay, maganda tong sinabi ni Coach Sean, by ruining others in the process. I think that's what I'm saying. Kasi diba sabi nila, hurt people hurts. Tama? If you're wounded, you kind of wound other people as well. Okay, tama naman. Okay, what will you do? Somebody intentionally cross over that values. How do you handle that?
Ako na?
Oh, ikaw na. Alam mo naman siya ulit.
Okay, simulan muna natin sa hindi tao yung nag-crossover ng values
Hindi
mo.
tao po.
System, halimbawa, trabaho. Okay?
Pwede.
Kinabon ka ng trabaho mo na hindi mo ma-actualize yung values mo. Like, for example, I've been a seafarer and doon talaga nakadictate mula pag-isip mo hanggang pagtulog. Ito yung gagawin. Huwag ka mag-depart from the structure, mag-rigid na ito yung
It's like, that's the environment.
Yes, the environment is parang scripted
yun.
Yun na yun. Okay. So, ang creational values na yung kailangan unique, kailangan makapaglutikha.
Malamang wala ka doon.
Wala. Hindi kalas.
But it's not their intention to cross.
No, wala akong i-blame na tao. Yeah, I have permitted that to happen kasi default nga na life yun. Pinasok ko. Ma-realize na ang laki ng friction ng misalignment ng values mo dun sa system na kung saan ka nag-ooperate. So,
Coach Mix, I got that. Alam mo, ang ganda nung example mo. Because many people complain about their work and badmouth the company. I think, ang ganda nung sinabi ni Coach Mix, he's now talking about possibly there's nothing wrong.
Yes.
with the company. Or maybe yung wrong na nakikita mo, it's not all about the company. It's just that hindi lang kayo connect. Misfit. Pero hindi mali yung kumpanya.
Yes.
Kasi di ba madalas kapag, ito yun di ba, you keep murmuring, you keep arguing, and you keep saying, ang pangit ng kumpanya ko. Oo nga, no? Posibleng, hindi kasi ikaw, hindi naman sila yung mali.
Hindi ko rin mali, nag-misfit lang, hindi lang talaga align.
Pero sinong pumasok?
Ayun nga, mali ka doon, pinasok ko eh.
Coach, naisip ko lang, kasi di ba, maraming tao, they would complain about their work.
Yes.
Kasi ito yung time, si Coach A kasi ito eh. So, ba't di ka mag-resign? Di ba parang, because to me, you always have a choice to stay or to leave. Don't get me wrong, I have a staying power. Ako, mas stay akong tao eh. Pero dahil sa mga stay na yan, puro pahama. Sige. Daran.
Excuse me lang po.
May pupuntahan lang po si Coach Candy. Babalik po siya. Coach Rizel.
Sa akin naman, pag cross yung core value na ito, kailangan kong mag-isip ng moment na nangyari siya. Kasi dito naman sa organization that we have here, that's ito yung ngayon yung reflection kung ano yung gusto kong mangyari. So I don't have any parang problem with it. Kumbaga, since I said yes to this, so whatever will happen, I will always say yes.
Kasi ikaw yan.
Pero pag may tao na,
I think dalawang phases ang masasabi ko. Yung una is, if ever hindi talaga siya aligned sa akin, and then the organization, I have to really ask for that person to leave.
Narinig niyo yung sinabi ni Coach Rizel. Ginagawa niya talaga yan. Ulitin mo, Coach Rizel. Ginagawa po talaga ni Coach Rizel yan, our operations manager. Actually, siya po talaga yan.
Yung dahil I said yes to what I'm doing here, and if ever someone will cross that, especially if organizational, yung tama. Kasi everyone in this place is committed to do one thing, which is to really advance one mission, which is to make a difference in the lives of other people. And everyone that, parang yung mga katrabaho ko dito, we have that. No? So at some point, if unang natatamaan ako talaga yun, kasi ako yung nagko-front, no? Then, when I will reflect, or pag na-reflect ko at na-assess ko sa utak ko na tinatamaan mo na din yung commitment ng buong organization, I would politely
may politely naman.
And directly
pero directly, okay?
Say that you have to leave. Not until you will be able to resolve what you really want to do as a person and as part of the organization, then you have to leave this space. Yun yung unang phase. Yung isa namang phase, like for example, genuine naman talaga yung pakiramdam niya na
#sincerely wrong.
Yun. No? Tapos nawala-wala siya doon, ganyan. Tapos accidentally natamaan na niya yun. Doon ako sa space na to rally the person. To rally the person.
Meron naman pala.
To remember yung parati natin tinatanong yung guess why, what's the reason in the first place why you are doing it. So, I rally when yung isang phase naman na yun.
Coach Mel said, "Go coaches, I'm learning a lot. Roy, simply a life is a matter of choice. You have the power to choose which way to go or stay." Tama naman po. Tama yan, Roy. We agree with you. Okay, Coach Candy.
For me, usually, at tinatamaan kasi talaga sa akin by default is the authenticity. But it's something kasi that I think they have to really understand that it's a condition for me. Kumbaga, I have 5 personalities, so I have 5 authentic personalities. I think yun. And
that was difficult. That is a very challenging thing to accept and really to embrace at a certain point in time. But I believe to accept that you have 5. It's already, that's it.
Yung una parang hindi ko nakikita na why are they saying that I'm not authentic? And yun nga kasi I feel to see that I had this condition. It's and yung acceptance na yun, it really pave way. And another thing with that is usually pag yun na tinatamaan, another ano dyan is self-expression. It's very important for me, especially with people who have mental conditions, mental challenges. The self-expression is very important. So the way I do it is, I really process, I really reflect, and talagang pinagpapaprocess ako sa coach ko. Sabay binampasang ganun. But the way I do it is, since I have this value of compassion, I also arrest it with values. I have this value of compassion, so I just have to go back to that space of compassion, coming from the space of love. Compassion kasi siya. So I really come to that space, and then after coming to that space, kasi since compassion is the space of love also, the way you respond to others, I want to make sure that it also comes from that space. But since tinamaan yung top one, value ko
kasi
of authenticity, yun yung una ko kasi talaga, top one is, yung space, if we were this close before, medyo, atras ka. If we were, you're just parang natutunan ko talaga ito kay Coach Able. So, di ba, ano lang siya, ripple effect on learnings is, if you're in the same profession as I am, you're in the professional, you're no longer in my personal space. Because I have to protect it because I value myself. Because if I don't protect myself, how can I serve others? It's really yun na yung space na pinanggagaling. Yes. So, yun.
Ako I learned this. Actually, I learned the term from our pastor from the church hindi naman many years back. Siguro like 3 years back or 4 years back. The word park. P-A-R-K. Park.
Tabi.
Oo. Many times we look into, like, to me, it's respect. No? So, in the past, when you cross over, ito kasi yung tendency ko because nga, masakit yun pag nagko-cross over ka. So, ako mahaba yung pasensya. When I talk about mahaba, taon yan dekada. Okay? But when I say enough, turn back, drop. Okay? And it was really good when our pastor said, there's such a thing as park. When you say park, you can still see the person, you can still see the individual, pero nakapark, kumbaga nasa peripheral vision mo. Okay? It's a recognition of your readiness to respond in love and to bless the heart of the person. So, kung wala pa ako, I'm talking from my experience, kung wala pa ako sa space where I can respond in love, okay? Or I can respond in recognition na yung tao may pinagdadaanan natin, i-park muna natin. So, in the process, I'm not saying you're out of my life, you're still in my life, but you are parked. Okay? I can still see you in the peripheral vision. You are still existing. I still value you. I still love you. Yes, at times I still pray for you. But at this point in time, my space is focused there. Not on the rear mirror, not on the side mirrors, but here. But I can still see you. And it helped me. At first, it was like I apply it to one relationship, then eventually it becomes a ripple effect to many. So it's either I get out of the space, okay, but I also have that. Now I know, Master Coach Kendra, thank you so much for that. Okay, that's courtesy of my Master Coach Kendra. That you can like leave the space because the space is no longer serving you in the mission field. Yeah, may bigyan niya. Like, si Coach Miss, I remember he would mention, namili ng mga kaibigan. Diba? Not because all the rest are bad people, but because he understood that this is the path I want to go. That one tumatak sa akin yun. Yung story, di ba? Design. That you choose. Nakita ko, that's why, posible pala. No? And it doesn't make you a bad person and you don't have to feel bad or guilty about it. So, sinasabi ni Roy kanina, it's a choice. Yes, I agree with that. But the question would always be, how do you implement your choices? Because many people also go to the point, choice ko to bahala ka. I believe as a human being, as a citizens of the world, and with love and compassion, we make a choice. we consider other people because that's who we are. Oh, alam niyo, totoo yun. Kahit sabihin mo wala akong pakialam, may pakialam ka pa rin naman. Okay? But when you learn how to protect your space, when you learn how to respect yourself, when you learn what it means to self-love, hirap pala talaga yung self-love na yun. Hirap pala. Challenge, alam niyo, challenge yan sa akin as a coach. But, you know, in this profession, that what I really learned. And the founder of our institute is really someone who mastered that self-love. O kanyang-kanya talaga yan. Master Coach Kendra would always speak of love. And when she talk about love, she's not only talking about the emotions. She's talking about really the condition, the posture, the whole of things. You know, you being centered in love, centered with the heart. That was very powerful. Lead with love. She would always, that's very challenging, right? So when we do leadership decisions in the institute, and the question would be, how do we lead the tribe? How do we lead the tribe in love? That is a very challenging question. It's not easy, trust me, right? Like people would say there's tough love. I don't think it's tough love, because when you love a person, you learn how to discipline. When you love a person, you learn how to be honest, how to be truthful. Okay. So we talk about here, you know, it's been an hour we're together, bilis ng oras mo. We talk about our values, we talk about the heart, the cares of the heart, we talk about the boundaries, we talk about how we cross over and how we respond. But I believe as a human, like a common tao, common person would ask, is it really possible to have a core value and live it to the fullest? That the cares of your heart is really centered again. Is it really possible? Because sometimes ano yun, highfalutin. Mga ganong term, you know? Maganda lang pakinggan yan, Coach. Easier said than done. Is it really possible, Coach Liz?
Naniniwala ko possible kasi most time or most days of my life,
yes,
parang na-experience ko talaga siya.
You live that.
Nag-a-align sila mula sa adventure, sa pagpupush ng tao, sa kahit sa gimmick sa gabi. Naka-align talaga siya. As in, talaga,
I love that.
Yun, buo siya. So naniniwala ako na everyone can design their life, can live their life by design. Hindi lang yung influence lang ng society, hindi lang yung agency sa'yo na dapat dito ka lang sa kahon na to. You can go out and you can design your life. Naniniwala ko na. Kaya,
naniniwala talaga siya doon. So, kung kailangan niyo po ng taong maniniwala sa inyo, Coach Mix.
Kaya niyo yan.
Coach Rizen.
Usap tayo.
Maganda yan. Usap tayo.
Nandun yun. Sa
Coach
akin
Rizen.
po,
It is possible.
It is possible. For me, when you said yes onto something, nag-yes ka dahil may reason ka, mabigat na reason kung bakit ka nag-yes. And until today, nandito pa naman ako.
Oy, ang ganda ng sinabi
diba?
niyo.
So,
ikaw ang nawala eh. Balik ka lang.
Kasi pag nag-yes ka at nag-commit ka, yun talaga eh, marami talagang mga in-betweens. But since nag-yes ka, gagawin mo din. Parang sinabi yan na, if you find like 1,000 reasons to fall out, you will also find 1,000 reasons to stay. So,
Pero hindi love yan ah.
commitment, it equals commitment, di ba?
Hindi love yan. Ikaw talaga, Coach.
Oo, okay tayo,
Sige,
tayo.
okay.
Yun, so, pag nag-yes ka onto something, it is really possible to stay on the track and to remain focused of what you want to happen and how you want to see your life become once you said yes and fight for that yes.
Yes. Coach Candy, may pag-fight to yes.
Dahil siya, yes, ganon. Commitment, yes.
Hashtag commitment, yes.
Hashtag commitment, yes. I really believe it's possible, and how can I confidently say it's possible? Because I'm living it. And living by your values and respecting that is, actually, it gives you joy. It really gives you joy. And
We've been talking of joy.
The joy of faith. Invisible power of joy. And ano siya, it's always a work in progress because your life is always a work in progress. It doesn't mean that pag nasa values ka, it's always perfect. Like sabi nga ni Coach Liz, it gets developed. You get developed.
Yes, that's right.
But it is possible and you can still live through it. Kasi inisip ng tao, it should be perfect. Hindi ganun ang buhay. You know, may makakatotohanan lang. You develop it. And when you live by it, you get that joy.
Like fulfillment. Malalim
Fulfillment
talaga.
joy. Malalim siya. And I think yun, you can make complexity simple if you just stick to the values and you know how to respect the values. And also respect the values of others. It goes dalawa yan. It should respect your values and you should also learn to respect the values of others.
O sabi ni Roy, di ba? Thank you, coaches. Love is everything. It leads us to be a good or bad to others, but love is matter when you allow yourself to be loved without judgment. Ganda nung sinabi, di ba?
Without judgment.
See you. Di ba? See you here. Okay. To me, I strongly believe it's possible, but it takes consistency and persistency. You're talking about living it out. You can only live it out if you're ready to be consistent and you're ready to persist. Countless of times we uphold, I believe all of us uphold core values, uphold beautiful things in life. Some of you may not understand it's a value, diba? Some of you may not understand that it's a beautiful thing and maybe it's causing you misery right now. But when you persevere and if you become persistent on it and be consistent despite of what's happening, you would see the results and you will gain the reward. But persistence takes consistency and consistency takes persistence. It's like two sides yan. And they're twins. Okay? Hindi talaga sila pwedeng paghiwalayan. Okay? So, when you do that, when you have it and receive it in your heart, everything is possible. I want you to look into this as we end. The reality of life is that it's not a bed of roses. I'm sure you've heard of that over and over again. The reality of life is that you will be challenged. The reality of life is that you will encounter troubles, you will be encountering challenges, problems, miserable situation, miserable people, alright? People who cause you misery, okay? So some miserable people don't cause you misery, but some people cause you misery, right? And as if you feel that your life is miserable. So there's like a twist and turn, hustles and bustles in life. That's life. But that's what makes life beautiful as well. Okay? I wanna end this by really allowing you to see that you as a person holds on to something beautiful to begin with. Sometimes you don't see the value of what you hold on. Sometimes you don't see the value of what you're persisting on. Sometimes you don't see the value of what you are being consistent about. Sometimes it takes time, but there's value into it. Like I'm one person who believes that whatever you do persistently and consistently, it has value. Wait until you see the results. How long? God only knows. Some people takes decades. I have things in life that took me 2 decades to wait. Alright? But it's worth the long wait. Sabi nga, parang sa pag-ibig lang yan. It's worth the wait. Okay? So sa mga naghihintay dyan, hintay lang tayo.
Sa mga hindi naghihintay,
tuloy lang ang buhay. Darating din yun kahit hindi mo hinihintay.
Wala ako. Meron pa rin talaga. Sorry.
I'm believing for that. Okay? Because beautiful species needs to multiply. Progression of the species. Okay, now, the reason why we are in a profession, like we are a life coach, we do what we do, because it is a very rewarding profession to see people transition from point A to point B. Yeah. It's a beautiful profession that allows us to help people be the best version of themselves. Coach Ed said, yes, comes with great responsibility, for we always have an option to say neither, or you have the option to say no. And Coach Mike, thank you for watching. Okay. Sabi niya, watching from Tagaytay. So, pahinga ba to, Coach? Yan talaga si Coach Mike. Thank you for watching, Coach Mike. So, the choices we make, the decisions we take, the actions we do every day, or maybe, just maybe at this point in time, you're not there, but you have the thoughts. Everything starts with the thoughts. All of this sums up to who you are today and what you want to become tomorrow. we are in a profession, our profession, life coaches, certified life coaches, professional coaches, our profession helps you with that. We believe in you. We believe that there is something good, great, better, excellent in you. And whatever it is, no matter how small it is, we believe that in your heart, there is that space.
Yeah.
And we invite you. We invite you to see us. We invite you to work with us. We invite you to partner with us. Or we invite you to look into what we do and how we can help you. If you are worried about finances, you're worried about investment, you cannot live life without investment. You cannot have a gain and profit without investment. But we gotta take the first step. We offer complimentary coaching session here at Ecap Coffee Republic. Coach Mel is also watching. Sabi niya, preparing my trip to Manila. See you soon, Coach Mel. Coach Mike, my date! Kung sino ka man ka-date ni Coach Mike, bravo! O, diba? Date. Sinabi talaga, date. Mabuhay ka, Coach Mike. We wanna see you transition beautifully. Less bruises if possible. Pwede namang mag-isa ka pero maraming bruises. Picture ko lang talaga. We wanna help. We're taking the first step. Here at Ecap Coffee Republic, we offer complimentary coaching sessions. And we offer sessions that even one session will transform your lives. I was in class yesterday and I was sharing to our coaches that when we do complimentary coaching sessions, it is not with the end goal of sealing you to be a paying client, but it is really an opportunity for us, for you to have an experience working with us. And every time, in my case, and every time I do coaching, a complimentary coaching session, this is my heart. That in case you are not ready to decide yet, in case you're not ready to make a commitment yet, in case you are not deciding yet to move on, at least you had a moment in life, a moment with me that allows you to transition. I believe in that. Sometimes the seed will take time to grow, but a moment with a life coach will definitely put a seed of transformation in your life. Life is short. You said, live it to the fullest. You only live once, so live it also once. Hear me out on that. You only live once, so you live it once. Don't think twice for the life you deserve. We offer a kind of life that you will never regret. You live once. This is Coach A with my fellow coaches, Mix, Rizel, and Coach Kenty. We're here at Ecap Coffee Republic, the home of certified life coaches. Good afternoon. Have a blessed and a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye!
See you soon, everyone!